There's some new beef going on between Candace Owens and Cardi B. Check your bingo card if you had this beef going on right now. So Cardi B is defending pornography, where Candace is saying we should ban pornography altogether. Candace Owens tweeted the following: ban pornography. It is a psychological weapon intended to weaken our men. And then Cardi B busted in the joint. She said, oh my God. Why y'all so against porn? Is that bad for y'all? Okay, I enjoy that shit. It's like a 6-time-a-year thing. I personally don't feel no connection or addiction to it. But shit, I might do a little quick 1-2 thing. But there's nothing like real intimacy. It actually should teach men how to please a woman. Okay, Cardi B. So whose side are you on? Are you on Candace Owens' team? Are you on Cardi B's team? And should they ban pornography altogether? What? Anyway, this is what's going on here. Rich, our special guest, what's the likelihood that pornography should be banned? Where do you stand on this debate?
Well, it's going to put a lot of OnlyFans creators out of business, isn't it?
Yeah.
A lot of them are going to be pretty upset. I mean, they're arguing over what men should be doing with their body or not doing with their body, at the end of the day. Just, if that placates them, fine, whatever. I don't care, at the end of the day. Is it good for men? No, it's a bad idea. It's a really bad idea. If you like women, you're attracted to women, the worst thing that you could do is spend your time locked in a room with a box of Kleenex and watching porn, right? Like, get out there, approach women that you're attracted to. If they're not responding, you're getting a negative response, there's something wrong with you, fix that, and get what you want out of life. But I don't think it's a good use of time. It's like spinning tires in mud. Like, you're not going to go anywhere.
So if you could have a magic wand, do you think banning pornography would actually work?
Sure, ban it. Ban that.
You think that they
ban all the OnlyFans model? I mean, the problem with that is that sex is the oldest industry in the world, right? So prostitution would still exist underground. Women would still find ways to charge guys for money to access intimacy. It's never going to go away. Like, generally speaking, when you ban stuff, it just becomes more popular.
Right. Exactly. Like, you saw what they tried to do with prohibition, banning alcohol.
Right.
I mean, that's how the mafia basically showed up.
Yeah.
You can't ban drugs. They've done a war on drugs since Reagan.
That's been a colossal waste of money and time.
That's been whether any substance you tried to ban, there's going to be a black market for it.
Right, exactly.
So, okay, you try to ban porn, what kind of black market we going to have going on out there? So, I believe there's a difference between being idealistic and being realistic. Candace Owens, sure. Idealistically, sure, ban porn. Let me know how that's going to work. Yeah. Realistically, I think Candace Owens is actually in the wrong. As much as she's in the right, I understand. Yeah. She's not going to win this debate. Moff, where do you stand on this?
I think there's problems with both arguments. I don't agree with either one of them. I think, for one, the idea of banning pornography, I don't think anyone's ready for what's going to happen when you have millions of men and you take away the one mechanism that pacifies them. When you take away the millions of sexless men or men in sexless marriages that only stay under the radar because they're pacified by jerking off, essentially. So, I mean, if you're going to ban pornography for men, for their benefit, then you should ban social media for women for their benefit.
Ooh.
And then also, as far as Cardi, well, I'll get back to it, but as far as Cardi B goes, also, like, porn doesn't teach you how to have sex. It's all about angles. It's about what looks cool. It's about what looks like. No one ever really learned how to really have good sex by viewing pornography.
Really? That's where I learned all my moves.
Stop fantasy. Stop it.
So
certain things.
I sort of poke holes in both of those, but I think social media for women is just as damaging as porn is for men.
Yeah.
When you take about when you have this, it's what. Sex is the ultimate driver for men. It's what gets them out of bed, what gets them making money. Like, if men weren't attracted to women, like, nothing would be built. If men weren't trying to impress women, we wouldn't have anything. We wouldn't have inventions. I mean, we'd be in the Stone Age. And then for women to turn it, their number one currency is attention, right? So social media and getting eyeballs and getting clicks and getting views and making money and all of this stuff, this sort of status game they're always playing, it's the same mechanism, but it's a different medium.
I love that answer.
Fucks up their dopamine. Basically, from birth perspective.
Put up your red or your green. Should porn be banned? Yes, ban it. Green. Red, don't ban porn. I'm saying banned.
But, like, so the idea, I'm like,
meaning there's no porn accessible on your phone, at the club, on your. Just saying, should it be banned? Not whether it's realistic.
Okay.
Green, yes. Red, no. Hold it up.
I don't think so.
No. Yes, Shay. No. no. Nat, why no?
I think no, because like, Chris said, I think it's important that, even if that's there, that's also servicing people that essentially we really don't really want out actively in the world. You have a whole bunch of creepy, horny guys running around, and because they can't get up on their own, they're searching for women to do that too. So I think there's maybe an audience for those type of men that, maybe that's going to keep them in their basement, and you let those men do that. Now, does that help the men? No, but you can't help everybody. So I think there's a market for that. Okay. But, I don't think you should ban it, because if you ask me, I'd rather keep them in the basement than have them running around in the streets.
Right, just to clarify, I'm not saying it's a solution. I'm not saying like give men porn because it's going to be a good thing. I'm saying what men should do is they should learn how to actually be attractive and learn how to approach women and be able to be somebody that knows how to find themselves in a romantic situation with women. So I'm not saying like do it because the world is going to go to shit, but it's if you take it away, I don't think people are really prepared for the repercussions of what will happen if you do.
But to even add to that, just quickly, I think it's also very important that men also know how to say no and have discipline. There's nothing like having all the things in front of you to pick from, and then you don't have the discipline to say, no, I'm not going to do that. Right. So I think having it there is even better, essentially, so that men can be like, yeah, I'm better than that. I'm going to go operate on the things that I need to go execute on, and let that be their life and decision, not because...
Shay, you said that they should ban porn.
No, I meant they should keep it.
Okay, so don't ban it. Why do you stand on that?
I mean, don't ban it because it's a bunch of men that, like he said, they don't know how to conversate with women. They don't know how to be normal. I think that's where they find their normal. Maybe that's for them to find out how they are as a man. Like, it's weird, but I think it works for them. I think it works for them.
Marina, ban porn? What was your answer? Ban it or keep it?
Well, keep it. For people that have mental and physical disabilities, at least.
Okay, so we're helping the people that need some help.
Yeah, maybe it's safer for them to be inside of the house.
Safe for us, women.
Why is it safe for you?
It's safer for us because if you have all those weirdos running around town, they're gonna be grabbing butts and touching tits,
thinking it's okay.
Weird. This should be weird. Yeah.
Okay. Is that
normal
you
for
run
me?
into?
Well, that's definitely not stuff that I run into, but there is weirdos out there that you see watching the girls in the corner of the room,
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think the porn is the solution
to... The porn keeps them in the
stop them from being creepy.
Yeah, the porn is they're
let them do it and let them do it in secrecy.
I don't know about all that.
It's like giving the drug addict a little bit of drugs and, keep them happy.
They do it in secrecy.
Keep them from committing crimes and stealing stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah. Amy, where do you stand on this?
Well, we're not commies, so we shouldn't tell adults what to do, obviously within reason. There's plenty of things that are legal in the United States that cause just as many physiological and psychological negative effects when taken to excess. And we're not going to go ban smoking, we're not going to go ban drinking and all these other things as well. At the end of the day, we should not... I agree with regulating it to some extent, and I've seen that they actually withdrew Pornhub, I believe, from Texas because they wanted to put some age restrictions where people actually needed to submit their identification in order to proceed onto the website. I may be in favor of something like that. That being said, there's also the opposing argument of what about data leaks? And that's very different to handing over your ID over the counter for some alcohol. So there's two sides to that argument as well. But I'd be very much more in favor of regulating than all out banning, because again, we need to live in reality, and we're not a communist country. We're not the CCP where we deduct your credit score for watching too much porn. We're adults, and it's the parents' job to raise their children, not the fucking state.
That's it. That's Amy for you guys. She don't play with those commies. By the way, quick stats for you guys. Here's some stats about the porn industry. You ready?
No.
So the porn industry, so they follow the money. The porn industry generates more money per year than the NFL, the NBA, and the MLB combined. Like a gangbang of sports. Because the MLB, the porn industry generates almost $100 billion a year, $97 billion to be exact. Here are the numbers of how much porn is being watched. 93% of boys and 62% of girls watch porn before turning 18. This is according to the Institute of Family Studies. 69% of men, bang, bang, 40% of women watch porn every year. Oh, wow. So almost 70% of men and 40% of women. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, so about 3 out of 7 women on this panel.
I've only watched one porn.
That is. And it
Was it in the
featured our
movies?
friend Sterling Cooper. She did it for
Today,
research.
today movies have all that stuff in it. so-
44% of men and 11% of women have watched porn in the past month. So it seems to be obviously skewed towards men. Thank you, Alejandro. We're good. Men in their 30s and 40s are more likely to watch porn. I'm still 29, so I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Men who watch porn are more likely, here it is, to be lonelier, more insecure, and dissatisfied with their personal appearance. But here's the bright side. 81% of women aged 65 and older have never watched porn.
I believe
So
it.
grandma's not watching porn,
Because it
guys. You
wasn't
don't have to worry
around.
about that.
God, she's probably
back
cooking.
then.
Here's what I'll say. To understand, right now you have your phones. Like Scott Galloway did a whole thing of that the most dangerous men out there are sad, lonely, broke guys home alone in their basement on their phones. They're looking at porn. They're playing games. I often say, get off your video games and go play actual games in real life. Get off dating apps, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and go actually approach a girl in real life. Stop doing Zooms and go out and meet people in real life. You got to go out there and meet people. But this is why I don't think you're ever going to stop men or even women from doing things. Because I'm old enough to remember in the Stone Age, us guys, we had to, put it this way, use our memories to
Were you like the
get off.
magazines and stuff?
Not even, okay,
The Playboys.
before there were magazines,
Centerfolds.
there was just memory.
Oh, wow.
Now, I was in
What were you
13 years
remembering?
Are there
old,
any music
little bar
videos?
mitzvah boy. I was like, oh, that hot girl, bang. I'm just letting you know.
That's
Yikes.
crazy.
Then there's magazines, there's Playboy, there's this, that. Then there was VHS, there was DVDs. Then it's the internet, the computers. But the accessibility of the phones,
It's too easy.
holy shit, what these kids are doing on their phones.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
society
too
you've talked
accessible.
about this before. The easiness, the accessibility of the phones. How dangerous is it?
It gives you access to anything you want, just about anything you want, very like that.
Immediate gratification.
Stuff that the President of the United States had no access to in 1975,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Now, average Joe with a cell phone with a $30 a month plan can access whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, and I think about it with like my son. Like, do flip phones even exist anymore? Because now kids are getting
do.
phones
I've
at
seen
like.
one.
They do. You
But
give
that's
them
what
your
he's
kids.
gonna get because. You need a phone, I think, around like 10 or 11,
Yeah, for
you
emergencies.
start giving, for emergencies. But I'm like, they automatically have access to, again, the internet, social
But
media.
I mean, kids are getting phones in grade 5, 6 now.
Exactly, that's what I'm
Right?
saying.
And
So
it's
I-
like if one kid in the classroom, because an irresponsible parent says, here's a phone,
Yeah.
then all the other kids in the classroom are like,
Mommy,
oh,
I
Billy
don't
has a
have
phone
one.
or Sally has a phone. I got to have a
Exactly.
phone.
I got mine at
I'm going to
6
give him
years
the
old.
cricket, or what is
And
that?
now your
See?
kid's weird if you don't give him a phone.
Yeah.
And now he's ostracized, and now he's bullied, he or she. I mean,
Yep.
yeah.
Well, parents, I'm not a parent, but I mean, you're a
There's-
parent. You're about to be a parent. Parents got to draw a line. to
Oh, and
not
I will, but it's
fuck
crazy.
their kids up. Go
There's
ahead.
a lot of research that's been done on this. There's an author, Leonard Saxon, I think his name is, and women and men use phones differently. Sorry, boys and girls use phones differently. Women will use the selfie camera mostly, right? Taking pictures of themselves, filters, stuff like that. Boys will use it to take pictures of their video game accomplishments,
What they got.
whatever. The thing that girls figure out is that if they take more provocative photos, they get more likes.
Yeah, the
they get more
attention.
comments.
Social media,
So
like
they
you
see
said.
one girl that does it, or they see an icon on social media that's 25 or a Chelsea Handler or whatever, taking photographs that are more provocative and more skin showing. All of a sudden, younger girls are like, hey, that seems like a good idea. Let me try that. And they start mimicking the dances and the challenges and all that sort of stuff. It's dangerous for girls. And that's why we have this issue with teenage girls where if they're not getting validation and attention, then they're doing it on social media,
Yep.
and it creates problems for them, right?
Great point. And like we had this little fun debate earlier about, well, women are more than beauty objects and they gotta have, yeah, great. But the vast majority of porn is dudes watching women
But again,
and
it goes.
not women watching men. Men are success objects and women are
Beauty
beauty
objects.
objects.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But it goes back to what Amy said. It starts with the home. It starts with the parenting. I know a parent's not going to prevent their kid 100% from watching porn, right? But the reality is, back to like with the OnlyFans, the reason why that blew up is because there's a market for it, right? The men's are the ones observing, more than likely buying. It, feeding into these weird fetishes, whatever it is. I mean, you can have a woman smashing a cake with her feet and there's men buying that, which is like, what does that say about having strong men in our society? That's not a strong man.
Good luck with banning porn with the advent of AI, because I'm telling you, AI will do some way freakier, kinkier shit than any actual woman probably will. And things are going to keep getting weirder and weirder and weirder.
Right. It's both sides, though. I agree, though, about the attention. Like, social media is just
you're absolutely right. Free market capitalism, the people are going to get in and buy what they want and sell what they want and look at what they want. It is what it is. And we've seen these pay pigs and these guys who like to be dominated, weird stuff. We've had conversations with girls. It's like, these guys just here's my wallet, take all my money. Rich, final word to you guys, you and Chris.
Yeah.
What the hell should men, you know, who are just not getting women, not out there, they're just watching porn, what's the best advice you can give to these guys?
I mean, watching porn, again, like I said, it's a colossal waste of time, but I get why they do it, to placate themselves. It's like video games, weed, porn, all this sorts of stuff sort of keeps them out of trouble and danger, like a few of the ladies have sort of spoken about. But you're not, see, they spend all this time and money trying to level up in some pretend world, a video game character.
Yeah.
Why not spend that time, effort, and resource doing it in real life to your actual being so that you can make something out of yourself? And if you're straight and you want to attract a woman, now you can attract a woman because you've done something with your life. You're accomplished, right? But just letting just let him be. It's fine. Like, just let, you know, Billy, like, rub it out 13 times a day. That's not serving your kids. Like, if you're a parent, you know what's going on. Get them out of their room. Like, put them in a dojo and show them how to fight. You know, if they have other interesting skills, if they like motorcycles, buy them a dirt bike and throw them in the forest and let them dirt bike and break their hand when they hit a tree. Let them be boys, right? Instead, you know, we see parents today where it's like there's this problem in households where we have a lack of masculinity. We have something like 40% of kids right now being raised in a single-parent household. And they don't use single-mother household. They use single-parent household to sort of, you know, make that problem almost disappear into the background. But this is how you end up with these weak men today that placate themselves with things like pornography and other vices. It's incredibly bad for boys. It doesn't serve them. It doesn't get them the results they want out of life. It's a temporary hit that solves no problems.
I fully agree with you, because, I mean, you go back to this helicopter parents participation trophy culture. It's so much easier to just win the Madden football game to actually then go out and try out for the football team and get your head smashed in. I played college football. Dude, I almost quit my 10th grade year because I was smaller. I was getting like almost like I wasn't getting like in the game. The older guys would kick my ass. I almost quit, and the coach was like, "Are you a pussy? What are you doing, bro?" And I was like, "Oh man, my bad." Senior year, I was captain of the football team. I was all county because I didn't quit. But most people, they like failure, rejection are actually good things. Some of the best things that ever happened to me is when I almost failed, got rejected, where a girl didn't want to talk to me, where I almost got cut to the team. Michael Jordan got cut from the 10th grade team. Turned out pretty okay for Michael Jordan because he was resilient. But all these things, get out there, try out for the team, talk to the girl, get rejected, rather than sitting in your house all day. Chris, final word to you.
Sorry, let me just say one more thing. Like, please, boys are goal-seeking organisms, you know, if I can put it that way. They have to be tested. They have much higher levels of testosterone than women. As a consequence of that, you have to force difficulties on yourself as a man. If you have a boy as a son, you have to challenge him, make him do difficult things. Even if he doesn't want to do it, you have to force him to do difficult things. Give them chores that are difficult chores. Blue jobs versus pink jobs sort of thing, right? The problem is that you're not giving kids these hurdles to sort of jump through, like these rites of passages. Go ahead, bud.
I don't have much to add. It's funny you bring up the football, Sauce, because, I mean, all I ever wanted to do from the time that I was 11, 12 years old was play middle linebacker on my high school football team. That's what you want to do. And I was a huge video game player in my teens and adolescence. You know, I had a rule in my household that I was only allowed to play on weekends. I couldn't play during the week. I had to do school and this. So guess what I did all day long, Friday night, all day Saturday, and all day Sunday? I played video games because that was the only time that I could do it. And, you know, I wanted to play ball, and I wasn't big enough, I wasn't fast enough, I wasn't strong enough. And I go back and I think about this not a lot, because, I mean, who thinks about high school that much? But I think about if I had spent half that time training and lifting and running and all the things that make you a good player, where would I have potentially been? So, and I've had moments like COVID and even a couple years ago where you're locked in the house and then you bring the video game system back in, and then next thing you know, like 8 hours have gone by and you've accomplished nothing, and no one cares. Now you can monetize it, and there's Twitch and there's gaming and things like that, which is all fine, well and good. But yeah, I co-sign everything Rich here said, but that stuff, vices, especially living in that online or virtual world, can really be poison.
Yeah, fully well said. Guys, if you're watching this, put the phone down, finish the episode, go work out, go talk to the girl, put the video games down, go enjoy real life. Yeah. Stop fapping out there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. If you like that one, click right here to watch the full SOSCAST, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.